Dear Freak Show, when I was in high school, the guy I'm with now broke my heart. So when I was in my 20s, I was dating and kind of seeing different guys and just traveling a lot to get that out of my system. I basically went through my whole phase. When I turned 30, I ended up reconnecting with the guy that broke my heart, and we've been serious now for about 3 years. We've talked about moving in together. We've even talked about the subject of marriage. During the summer, one of his family members got married, and I met a lot of his family. It turns out during said whole phase, I hooked up with one of his distant cousins. He was at the wedding. It's not somebody that my man talks to or sees often. As a matter of fact, they might see each other once a year during Christmas. I quickly talked to the cousin, and he promised that he would not say anything, which is fine, and everything has been good since. But my boyfriend asked me about that cousin, and it's making me feel like he knows. Or maybe I'm just paranoid. Am I being paranoid? Whole phase gone wrong is what it's signed as.
If it's a close family member, I would say you have to say something, obviously. If it's somebody you rarely see, does it matter?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have to say it?
You rarely my cousin. That's your cousin.
Yeah.
That cousin told somebody. Somebody in the family
True.
knows,
Yeah.
and that person is now holding your relationship in their hand. So now you got to take control back. You got to say something.
No, you just say, oh, if it ever comes up again, and he's like, oh, I know, just be like, oh, I forgot. I didn't know.
What the hell you forgot you hooked up with my cousin?
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot what he looked like. He looks totally different than what he looked like when we hooked up.
So when they say, hey, we heard y'all had a conversation at the wedding and blah, 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 and you left the wedding with me and you didn't tell me about it, like that ain't no I forgot.
I was drunk.
Yeah, you can't just say I forgot. I mean, unless she's a third grader. But I mean, other than that, you can't really get past that.
It's an awkward conversation, though, either way. I mean, the fact that you went on the side and had a convo with a cousin to hide it from your man.
No, I don't think she tried to hide it, but I think when they bumped into each other, they're like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, it happened back in the summer. I get it. You know, no harm, no foul. I ain't got to tell nobody. And she walks away like, whew. And he goes straight to his favorite cousin.
Right.
It's like, bro, guess what? Remember that nasty girl I told you I met her? Yeah, guess what? Our cousin's here with her. Right over there.
And now you got to go
up to him.
Now you got to go up to him and be like, babe, remember that hot girl summer I had?
Yeah.
Man. The only thing that messes it up is the fact that you talked to him. You could have just took this one to the grave.
She probably didn't want to ruin the wedding. And she's around the entire family, so she probably wanted to keep it quiet.
But how do you get out of that? You don't get out. Like, if you are in a relationship and happy and whatever and go to a wedding with your man and have no idea that whoever you hooked up with in the past is going to be anywhere in the vicinity of this wedding.
Right.
Like, it wasn't a big deal. She walks in and bumps into the dude. What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to hide under the table? Like, you're going to have to say something to him.
He's going to be at another family event as well. I mean, they may see each other rarely, but it's going to happen.
It's going to get out. Whatever I mean, I don't think she was bad for saying something to him because that was an awkward kind of exchange, but it's gonna get out. So you have to tell your man and say, listen, I have no idea that we was gonna get back together. I didn't even know this dude was your cousin.
At all.
At the wedding, I bumped into him and was like, damn, this is awkward. And he said it wasn't even no big deal. So I just said, all right, it ain't no big deal, and put it out of my mind. I didn't know it would get back to you.
You're going to have to apologize.
My bad.
But do you think it hurts more that that she didn't say anything up front and then now she has to say something? Like, is it going to hurt more?
I got the idea when I read it that she didn't know. I mean, when she hooked up with the guy, she didn't know they were connected.
No, not at all.
She just met him. So why would she say something?
But the fact that she spoke to him at the wedding and she acknowledged it, she should have said something to him first.
I don't think I would have said it at the wedding. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if I'm going to be like, hey, babe, this accidentally.
No. When you get back to the hotel, like, hey, so.
Or the next day.
Yeah, maybe the next day. Over waffles.
Yes. Hey, by the way, I didn't want to ruin the evening or the wedding, but I slept with your cousin.
Okay, so how do you break this bad news?
Damn.
All right, because he doesn't know. She thinks he knows. We're guaranteeing he knows. It says she should act like she didn't remember him when she met him.
That's what I'm saying. Plausible deniability.
I mean, that could potentially work, but it makes you look even worse if you don't remember the person that you slept with.
But then now it's not an issue. Now you haven't made a pact. Now you haven't made a secret. Now you're just like, I don't remember you.
Yeah. Who are you again?
Like,
Oh, Steve.
Right. And who's going to run around like, yo, I hooked up with her. She doesn't remember me. Like, they wouldn't do that. Right. That would have been the best move right there.
Yeah, the problem is now you lied about it and you got to stick with that lie.
And a cover up.
Yeah, because that's bad. Out of 727, Big Cal said, the issue is that she's trying to hide it. Why start off in marriage by hiding stuff in your life? It is hard to regain somebody's trust when you do stuff like that.
Out of the 407, I once went to a family barbecue with a girlfriend at the time. Apparently, she was my ex-girlfriend's auntie. Only to find out later I had smashed a cousin. Hilariously long day.
Oh, my God. What a mess.
Yeah, that's the wrong barbecue for you, buddy.
Oh, my God.
You wasn't supposed to be there. All right, Key in Tampa, what's going on?
Hello?
I feel you should just tell the truth.
Truth is always good.
I'm from Tampa. Tampa is small, and that happened to me. But now we laugh about it 10 years later. So
it happened to you?
Happened to you, like, where the relationship still stayed intact?
basically, we were friends, and as friends, I was talking to who I was talking to. He was talking to who he was talking to. If it just came around to, oh, man, now look, that's my cousin.
Ooh.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap.
Oh, man.
So basically, just years later, we stayed friends, and we've been married now almost 10 years.
Aww.
Is it weird when the cousin is around?
08.
Has the cousin been around?
Nope.
Okay. On purpose or just because that's just how it's played out?
That's just how it played out.
Okay.
Didn't know that way back in the early 2000s. Didn't know that, but even now it's something we laugh about.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
That's a good relationship.
Yeah, that means that relationship was made to happen.
Right.
Craig in Riverview, what's up?
Hey man, so there's three things that stood out to me. One, he broke her heart, high school. Two, she was in the whole phase, and three, she didn't know that she was gonna meet the guy again. She was gonna see the guy again. So you can't really hold her, blame her for it. But at the same time, she can tell him. But if she doesn't, she was in the whole phase. She wasn't even with him anymore. Mm-hmm. So it really shouldn't matter. But if you want to be honest about it, then go ahead and tell him. But you don't know if that's gonna actually tarnish your relationship because that's your cousin. But at the same time, he's a distant cousin. You don't barely see him. So why should it matter? I mean, if I had time, I'd tell you about my situation. It was crazy. Like,
no, please tell us.
So, long story short, I ended up meeting my wife, my current wife, on Black Planet.
Okay.
But before, like 1996, I went to just say for instance, I went to a family reunion at the radio station, right?
Yeah.
I was with her cousin, but in 96, my wife was at the family reunion, but my wife is from New Jersey. She don't even deal with her family, her Florida family like that.
So wait, so you were at a function and your wife was there and you were with another family member, but she was from somewhere else.
My wife is from Jersey, and I was with a cousin that was from Florida. Mm. And this was in 96. I meet my wife on Black Planet in 2005. We had a baby in 2007 at the radio station. We had another family reunion, and her grandfather went to talking about the importance of family because we have a young man in the audience that has a daughter, just had a daughter with my granddaughter that knows all of my Florida family. So everybody that was in the building looked over at me because they knew who I was.
Oh,
but I didn't know my wife was there in 96. So the cousin that I was with in 96, she hates me now. She hates because she felt like I knew, but dude, I'm 5 years older than this girl. She's from New Jersey. I don't know who she is. I met her when she was coming to Florida, before she even moved to Florida, on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, yours is a lot. That's a little messy. Like, even for the grandfather to call it out, like, hey, we got a baby that was here before. Like, I mean, that's a lot. That's jeez. All right, well, damn, I appreciate that tea as well, man.
Out of 239, did he just say long story short? And then
long story. I got another text out of 813. It says, It's going to be based on how nasty she got with the cousin. If she gave the cousin
Really?
that hock to her,
Oh,
she can't tell.
Stop it.
She says she can't tell if that happened.
No, I mean, if it gets to the point where they talking about play by play, your relationship is over.
Yeah, I think in this, you guys are about to get married. Don't start off the marriage with a secret. I think you should tell him.
Just be mature.
Yeah,
Everybody
be
has a
mature.
past.
Tell him if you show him that it doesn't mean that it's not that big of a deal to you, then it might not be that big of a deal to him.
Point to Craig's comments and say there are stories out there that are much worse.
Yeah. Yes, there are.
Be like, I heard this. Long story short.
Long story short.
Long story short.
Go listen to the podcast from the Freak Show in the morning.
Long story short, wild941.com. Listen to it there, and you'll realize this ain't that bad.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And then let them know. I did not know I was going to bump into him. It was really, it was more shocking than anything. I thought I was handling it quick to keep it from being a thing and would just talk to you about it later and just jump in on that. But yeah, if you want to marry him, honesty is the best policy. Let's go that route.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
Thank you guys for watching the video. For all things wild, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.